According to Dr. Emma Sepla, human connection is the subjective experience of feeling close to and a sense of belongingness with others. This whole COVID-19 thing, well, I haven't really felt human connection. I've been isolated in my house because of this whole lockdown situation, and it's kind of sad and it's kind of made me a little depressed. I mean, I've made FaceTime calls and I've talked with people, and it made me feel better whenever I actually got to see their face and made some kind of connection, but it's just not the same. So, what is this human connection and why do we need it? I mean, why do we thrive on it? We humans, we're designed for human connection. So, today I want to talk to you about the science, the biblical design, and the benefits of human connection. According to a blog from Bob Bevan, there are four neurotransmitters that are released at four different times to help us feel good when we are connected with others. Those are dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. The first two I want to talk about are dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is what helps us motivate us to take action towards goals and desires and our needs. So dopamine flows whenever we set our sights on something ahead and we achieve those goals. Like whenever you make a plan to finish your homework for Thursday, you kind of get the sense of accomplishment that you feel whenever you completely finish all of it. And so that's what dopamine is. It's that sense of, I did it, I accomplished it. And so in the Bible, if you look at Philippians 3:14, it says, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has me heavenward in Jesus Christ. When you set your eyes on God and his goals and his daily life routines, you find that you have this sense of desire and accomplishments and needs that are met whenever you do that. And that's when dopamine comes into play. The second one is serotonin. Serotonin impacts every part of your body, from your emotions to your motor skill. Serotonin flows whenever you feel significant or important. This is why gratitude practices are important not only in religious sectors, but also in the world. Because when you're grateful, you actually are reminded of the value that you have and the value that the things in your life have. And so if we read Philippians 4:6-7, we see that don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Then you will experience God's peace. So when we give thanks to God, we're reminded where we feel that significance and that importance of the things around us, and that's when that peace and that like the feelings that we cannot even understand come in, and that's where serotonin comes in. The next one I want to talk about is oxytocin. Oxytocin creates intimacy, trust, and builds a sense of connection in healthy relationships. This is often referred to as the love chemical because it's what you feel whenever you're being connected or intimate with someone. Oxytocin flows one way when someone receives a gift. So when you want to build a deeper connection with one of your relationships, such as a friend or a significant other, you give them a gift. We see in Romans 16:16 that we greet the family of God with a holy kiss. Song of Solomon 2:6, that affection for your spouse, and James 4:8, when we draw near to God, he will draw near to us. All of these are where oxytocin comes into play when we are affectionate or we show love for one another, that this type of emotion and this chemical is released. The fourth thing I want to talk about is endorphins. So, endorphins are released in response to pain and stress and help alleviate anxiety and depression. I don't know about you, but when I get stressed out with all of the schoolwork, I tend to have to go for a run because it releases those endorphins and I instantly feel better and I'm no longer stressed and the anxiety is completely gone. One of the easiest ways to release endorphins is laughter. And so Proverbs 17:22 talks about a joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up bones. When we're joyful, it's not only good for just having a better moment and feeling happier, but it's good for our bodies and for our soul. And that's what endorphins and the science of that backs up. So now we have thoroughly discussed what it means to be, uh, for humans to be wired for connection. But next, I want to talk to you about what the overall benefits of human connection are. According to Dr. Emma Sethla from Stanford, there are about 8 benefits that we get from human connection. And the first one is improves your mental health. Now, according to Dr. Lloyd Cedar, there's the park rat experiment. Now, this experiment is when you take one rat by himself and you give him water and cocaine, and he decides which one he chooses. And when he's by himself, you find that he becomes addicted to cocaine so much so that he just wants to just keep going for it and eventually dies. And so dopamine is actually released when you take cocaine. And so that's what that rat is going for, those release of motivation. But he takes that experiment a step further and puts the rat in with a bunch of other rats. And he gives them the water and cocaine. And we find that when he's with the other rats, he goes for only the water and but maybe sometimes the cocaine, but never overdoses and never overuses it. So what does this prove? It proves that when we're connected with others, we get that release of dopamine and that drive that we no longer need from drugs. So the other benefits are lowers risk of depression, improves physical health, 50% increase of chance of longevity, higher self-esteem, strengthens your immune system, greater empathy, and improves your quality of life by making memories. I don't know about you, but I'm a senior this year, and this whole thing by being by myself and not with my friends, well, I'm getting to miss out on all of the opportunities that I would and those memories I could have been making being with other people. And I'm really sad that I'm not getting to connect with my friends, that I'm not getting to be able to be with them. I'm not creating those memories anymore. And so this is one of the benefits that I'm actually lacking and I wish I could really be a part of. So, in conclusion, as I said before, during this time of isolation and COVID pandemic, I felt sad. Loneliness has not been fun at all. But on Monday, a lot of people from our church came out and helped us because the tornadoes had knocked over a tree in our backyard and on top of our house. And that is the first time I have seen people other than my family in weeks. And it was so nice to be able to laugh with them, to joke with them, to build connection, to just be able to be with others, to connect with them. I feel today happier. Yesterday, I felt really great. I'm motivated and I'm excited. And that is all because of being connected with other people. And as I said before, human connection is a subjective experience of feeling close to and a sense of belongingness with others. It is a part of the human experience. It's what we need to feel special, to feel important, to be motivated, to be driven. It's part of what we are. We're wired for it. It's what we need. Thank you.